VS, and I have a video that I saw it and I was like, I knew this was gonna trend, and I kind of went back and forth on talking about it for a couple reasons, but I was like, you know what? It's really silly, so let's just talk about it. So the video that we're gonna be talking about today, and I'll be showcasing, is a video that comes out of Russia. Apparently there's some young student activist, no baby, no, somebody's trying to get my food. There's some young student activist, and she is trying to rid the world of manspreading, which we're gonna talk about here in a minute. But basically, she goes on subways where men have their legs spread out, and she pours a mix of water and bleach on their crotches. I'm not joking. Take a look.
From the Daily Mail, law student 20 pours water mixed with bleach onto men's groins on the Russian metro to stop them from manspreading. All right, so let's keep looking at this. I'm gonna play the video as I'm reading this article. A female law student has been splashing water mixed with bleach onto men's groin or underground trains in order to tackle manspreading. Anna Dovgalyuk, Dovgalyuk, that's what it looks like, right? Well, you can't see it. You're watching the video, never mind. Anna Dovgalyuk, 20, from Russia, accuses men of gender aggression and that her country is slow to counter the problem. The social activist has been targeting males sitting with their legs spread wide on public transportations in St. Petersburg, Russia. The feminist tackled a disgusting act by splashing a mix of 30 liters of water and 6 liters of bleach onto the groin area of men she deemed to be sitting in an offensive manner. Ms. Dovgalyuk said, "The solution is 30 times more concentrated than the mixture used by housewives when doing the laundry. It eats colors in the fabric in a matter of minutes, leaving indelible stains." The activist complained that manspreading is being fought around the world, but hushed up here. But Ms. Dovgalyuk was silent about the alleged manspreading prowess of a notable former graduate of her own law faculty, Vladimir Putin, the Russian president. Ex-U.S. president candidate Hillary Clinton last year unbraided the Kremlin leader, explaining, "There's an expression. We certainly know it in New York called manspreading. Every time I met with him, it would be, she gestured to show her legs spread apart. The whole deal." She claimed her video was dedicated to all men, for whom manspreading is the norm, so everyone can immediately understand which body part controls the behavior of these men. Showing some of her alleged hits on metro trains, Ms. Dovgalyuk said, "We not only cooled the manspreading down, but also marked them with identification spots." Jesus Christ. The students claim to be acting on behalf of everyone who has had to endure the manifestations of your declaring your macho qualities on public transportation. Calling herself a social activist, Ms. Dovgalyuk has previously achieved worldwide attention by flashing her underwear to commuters to raise awareness for upskirting laws in Russia. The fuck is an upskirting law? What the hell is that? Oh, we're gonna have to look that up. Critics asked how she was helping counter the menace of the upskirting by flashing her undies. She said, "I am a social activist who advocates for women's rights against discrimination in any form." A Russian news outlet claimed that her video was a sham and that she had used actors, but the campaigning students flatly deny this. She said, "My action is absolutely real," denying it was linked to any organization specializing in online stunts. She admitted that no commuters had sued her so far. She said, "I don't think people are going to go to the police to file a report about jeans."
Now, I do want to say, when I was looking at this video, I did see some different theories. You guys are gonna laugh, but there was a video that came up, I clicked on, didn't realize it was a Mundane Matt video. Because I was looking at, because I thought to myself, is this real? I mean, we've seen these social justice warrior types, we've seen them do crazy stuff. It's not out of the realm of possibility for these types, right? But I was just like, is this real? But I happened to click on a video that was questioning it. It was a Mundane Matt video, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna watch some of it. So, Mundane Matt suggests and I'll debunk what I think about this, that it's fake because on the subway you have all these people that are like huddled together. I'll play his clip, by the way, that are huddled together when there are all these open seats, which means it's fake. Take a look at his clip.
Anna has accused men in her native Russia of gender aggression and insists the country is not doing enough to tackle the problem. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with this particular scene, this image right here that we see on the screen. Okay, we see everyone's kind of clustered around right where they are, but look how many empty seats there are. Look how many empty seats there are around them, right? Everyone would have been spread out. Everyone there would have been spread out. The dude in the orange and the dude in the gray jacket on the right, they would have been spread out more. But look at the people on the left. You've got what appears to be the woman, the dude getting the bleach on his crotch, and a guy just nonchalantly reading a newspaper. And then 3 vacant seats right there next to him. And even on the other side, vacant seats right there. So that tells me that this is staged. Because quite frankly, no one who rides the subway is ever going to want to get that close to someone. It's like if you have the opportunity to move a seat away, you do it. Why? Because you want to be polite, for one. You want to have your own personal space. They want to have their own personal space. This to me just looks kind of crazy. Never mind the fact that you've got somebody filming. You got somebody filming right now, and around her neck or strapped to her chest is a GoPro camera to give you that point of view first person money shot. Not the kind I'm used to watching, and nothing I support. Anyway.
Okay, so my perspective on that. I don't know if Matt has really been out in the world before. Like, I think he lives in the LA-ish area. I know he's from the Seattle-ish area, and I've lived in Seattle. Seattle's a beautiful place. I know Seattle has trains and stuff, like, you know, not Amtrak's, but like railways and stuff. I can't think of the word right now. But I know they have really, really good transportation systems. Like out in the Midwest, we're kind of fucked. Like we have some bus systems, but they don't really go out into the county and the country and stuff. But you would think that he's like been in subways. He's been on those kinds of train systems before, right? Because here's the thing, I could argue the opposite. I could argue like, okay, well, even though it looks funny, a lot of times, sometimes A, people travel together, and B, you know, you can be towards the end of like the stations and stuff, and everybody has already gotten up and left. So there are like lots and lots of holes within the train. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's not real. It was just funny watching Mundane Matt's video and being like, has Mundane Matt ever been on those? Does he know how they work? It is fairly common where you can have a full train, all of a sudden half the people up and leave, and there are lots of pockets of places, but you have people who sit together, you have people who sat across from those people. So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
So you know what? I wanted to test his theory because literally in the video, it doesn't even look like he watches the actual video. It looks like he just looks up a news article, sees a couple pictures and like, there you go, it's fake. So like, let's actually dive into this video that's playing and check it out. When you see these subways, a lot of these subways are full. Like, see, like, okay, like there are people all up and down aisles where this is happening. It's not just like there are pockets missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, sure, there's a few here and there, but there are enough pictures where you can see some of these trains are fairly full, which I think really negates what he's saying. And the other thing that he's completely left out is, and again, I think this is because he hasn't really traveled a lot. I don't know, maybe he has. I'm totally making an assumption here, right? Just telling you guys up front. Don't want to be a hypocrite, making an assumption. But every culture is different. Like there are cultures, I think it's India, and please don't quote me because I'm tired. I don't remember exactly, but I know there are different cultures where even if there's tons and tons of space, people will sit literally like right next to each other touching because there's so many people in the area. It's common courtesy so that others know there's a space to sit. And again, we're dealing with Russia. We're dealing with a different country. And granted, you know, it's I guess Russia is more to an extent, except for their politics, you know, more westernized. Like, I'm just saying that what he pointed out doesn't necessarily mean it's a stunt when it looks like he didn't even take the time to watch the video. So I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was funny.
But here's what I will say, because whether or not it's real or fake doesn't really matter. I think it's funny that the SJWs have so little to complain about. They complain about manspreading. And I'll tell you, this is something I used to be a little irritated by. Like, not just in general, like where I felt like men sometimes took up too much body space in places, especially like I used to travel a lot on planes for work or just in general, did lots of traveling, and men would spread out a lot, and I was really petite, so I was kind of huddled in the corner, and it would always bother me. But I'm also very curious. I'm very blunt. I'm very curious. So I'd ask my male friends, I'm like, what's the deal with this? And they're like, balls. I'm like, well, so what? I've got tits. And so a lot of guys, this is what they've explained. They're like, we spread out because for a lot of us, it's really uncomfortable otherwise. Some men can't or really have a hard time kind of crossing their legs and whatnot. They're like, so what you're seeing, yeah, sometimes people are being rude and inconsiderate, that happens. But on the flip side, some men need to spread out because they need room for everything to work. And it makes sense, right? But why would you go about and pour chemicals on people? I mean, I don't want to say it's as severe because I don't think it's not really poisonous to pour bleach on people. Granted, what if they, you pour bleach on them and it gets in their mouth or their eyes, then it's an issue. Like, it can become a dangerous situation if you're not careful with it, right? Like, to me, how is that any different in mindset from like acid attacks? Granted, less severity, but it's the same mindset. Why would you do that? And apparently they say they put the bleach there so that it's like an embarrassment to, you know, so people will know. So they'll know what they were spreading out the train. So should men equally go and get bleach, and the women who put all their purses and bags and shopping items, or even shoot, like if they have stuff for babies, you know, they carry around baby bags and stuff, who spread it out, should we go ahead and just pour bleach on the mom and baby? Did you see what I'm saying? It's like, I was laughing about how ridiculous this is, and I've said this before, there are real problems in the world. Why are we manufacturing these like non-issues? You know, there's real, if you want to talk about social issues, there's real racism in the world. There are communities that need help, that need fixing, that need support. Why would anybody waste their time on something that's so frivolous and shallow when we can argue that women do it 10 times worse with all of our shit? Our huge bags and stuff. When we could put them on the floor. How many times have you walked into a train or a situation where a woman is taking up all the space with all of her baggage? I mean, do you see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy of it bothers me, and it really bothers me that they're taking tactics so extreme. And again, it could be fake. It absolutely could be, but knowing the social justice warriors, I could definitely see this being a thing. And if it's a thing, it's really stupid. It's stupid, it's hypocritical, and I just think there are other things to focus on. Okay, sorry if the lighting's a bit different. I actually came back and refilmed the ending. So I was filming, I don't know if you guys saw, well, you probably haven't seen it yet, but there was a video where I was just getting done filming because I try to film these videos in blocks when I'm feeling decent enough, or I push myself to. And I was taking the girls out, so I rendered the video, it was ready to go, and I took the girls out, the dogs, I was taking that for a walk, and I was thinking about it, and I remembered, I'm like, what's the upskirting thing? And so I got really, really curious. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's funny enough, it's something that, like, I think I know. The upskirting, I'm assuming, has to do with, like, you know, seeing up girls' skirts and filming it. And as weird as it sounds, it's something I was thinking about recently, about like how that used to be a more common thing. So I was like, you know what? Let's look into this a little more. So anyways, I'm gonna play you a video, then this talks more about upskirting in Russia. Here it is. Okay, hold on, this is really creepy. So they're saying in Russia there are more than 1 million men on these online forums who practice upskirting, where they go around and they intentionally take pictures of shots of women's skirts or women's underwear or women's hoo-has or whatever, and then put them online for them to all look and ogle at. That's creepy. That's really, like, do you remember like in the 80s when it was a common thing for you had guys go out, like little horny dudes, and they would like stand under the elevator and try to look up girls' skirts. When girls found out, they'd get mad, the kids would run away, and it was almost like, boys will be boys. Well, that doesn't really fly now, does it? And it shouldn't. But holy shit, like that's what people are doing over in Russia? That's disgusting. 1 million people, can you imagine? 1 million fucking skeevy little dudes just waiting to get a picture of your crotch just to share for the world. Ew. Hold on, this fucks me up. It's not criminalized? It's not criminalized. So you're saying that this is a legal thing to do in Russia? That's predatory. That's absolutely predatory. Holy shit. And what happens if the girl is under 18? What happens if the girl is under 13? Oh my God. Are there any laws to protect minors in this? So men can walk around with cameras and just take pictures of whoever the fuck they want up the skirt if it has a vagina, and millions of them are trading these photos and just whacking off somewhere. And you can't do anything about it. So isn't that like, but isn't this like a form, ow, my eyes start itching really bad. Ah, I hate when my body does stuff. And I was gonna say, like, now I'm about to cry. Not because of criminalization, but because my eyeball is weird. Okay, sorry if my eyeball looks upset. Isn't this like I'm back on track. Isn't this a form of like pornography though? If you think about it. Isn't it like isn't that what that would be? But what is the actual definition of pornography? I don't watch it enough to know or get, I mean, I know it's like videos, this would be pictures, but does it encompass videos too? Like upskirting? And wouldn't that be like basically using somebody for pornography against their consent? How is that legal? And how far does it go? And by the way, did you see this? And it's illegal in some states. Are you telling me there's some states, United States, where men can just take pictures of any woman's skirt and then just start whacking it and show his friends and put it out all for the world to see? It's disgusting. Like, here's my thing. As much as I don't like the porn industry, like, for many reasons, I don't judge anybody who does it. If that's your gig, more power to you. But as much as, you know, there are many reasons why I don't like the porn industry, it's like, isn't there enough porn out there? Isn't there enough porn out there that exists in the world for you to be able to get off to and have a great time? Why would you need to go running around and be a predator to girls who don't want to show their bits? Why not be respectful? If you're gonna need something to whack off to for whatever reason, because male hormones are what they are, wouldn't you rather not want to be an asshole about it? And wouldn't you rather want to get a video of a woman who's consented and getting paid for her time? Or is it the fact that they think that are they getting off to the fact that it's something they're not supposed to do and that they are being predators? See, like, my mind goes a million miles a minute in this. Like, God, I hate to say it, I hate to be that person, but like, people talk about rape culture, and I'm like, if this is criminalized in states, if this can happen in the United States, holy shit, there might be some nuggets of truth to that, even though everybody wants to scream like, oh, that's not, but the thing is, like, I like what she's doing in this video, right? Like, I like that the video that we're just seeing right now, like, she's trying to raise awareness for something that is very predatory, that can hurt women and possibly children, depending on how far these laws go, right? So I actually agree with it. But then you go and take something so crazy as manspreading. Well, which is worse, sweetheart? People's hoo-ha's being out there for the world to see and nothing being done about it, and people like actively trying to get photos of that against your will, or a dude taking up a little more space that maybe your purse would. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, before I give my opinion, let's continue a little bit. What they just said, this to me is the same thing as like in the new age community. They try to really victim shame. Like, this is all victim shaming, complete victim shaming. So she puts out a video where a girl just like goes random places and holds up her skirt, and it goes viral to make aware what people are doing, which I think is great. People don't like how she's doing it, but hold on. But you're more okay with the not gonna protest or be active against the fact that men are doing that against women's wills regardless? You're gonna be more upset that she's putting out a video to showcase that they're doing it in a very provocative way? Well, what's happening is provocative. She's meeting provocation with provocation, and she's being smart about it. But like, I love this, well, when you do that, you're just gonna make them wanna do it more. Are you kidding me? Then how about we say that if any men wanna do it more as a result of that video, they're fucking assholes? How about that? How about we put that out into the world instead? Like, that's the stuff that doesn't make sense. It sounds like you're shaming the people who are trying to help the situation, when I'm sure those same people aren't trying to do anything to help it. And the Sorry, I moved out of frame. Got a friend here. And the other thing I think that's like irritating about this is that like, I feel like when she does this other campaign about the manspreading, it completely negates and takes away the power of what the same girl did for something that really is important. And see, this is where the social justice crap really bothers me. Because there are issues in the world. Like, I really don't even think that it's a social justice issue for the upskirting. That just seems like a sexual predator issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like it sounds like a pornography issue, in my opinion. And that's disgusting. And that should be a focus. But men taking more room on the subway, it takes away from the real issues, and it just kind of makes it one big joke. And that's where I get really sad about this. Like, I get really sad about the whole situation because it's like, damn, I wish I would have made a video about what an empowered bitch this was, you know, doing this upskirting thing. And I don't take that away from her. Like, more power to her. I still give her props for that. But it's like, girl, when you go ahead and then do things that are really frivolous like this, it completely negates, in my opinion, and puts down what you did for the other video. Because who gives a shit about men taking up more room? I'm more concerned with making sure my crotch and the crotches of minors and the other women around me are being protected. But I don't know, that's just my opinion. You know what's interesting is I've noticed, like, since I've been the year off of YouTube and then coming back, there isn't a lot of content like this around anymore. You know, it used to be like a lot of, sorry, my air conditioner just kicked off. I'll turn it off and it takes a while, so sorry if there's noise. I'm trying to be respectful of that because I haven't fixed my camera yet. But there just hasn't been a lot of that kind of content. I don't know if people are just tired of it, or I'm not really seeing much in the mainstream news about, like, I think maybe the faux outrage and the faux protesting type of stuff, I think maybe people are less and less interested. It almost seems like after that Pepsi ad that Kendall Jenner did, people were like, okay, let's back off of this. Let's back off of making social issues trendy to try to sell crap. You know, like, we're all fucking retarded. But I just wanted to comment on this because I thought it was interesting. I don't know, what do you guys think? I remember there were some videos I never got to respond to that I wanted to about, like, they were trying to, like, almost do protest about women wearing makeup and stuff, and, like, you shouldn't be ashamed. You know, when they were showing signs like, don't put makeup on in a taxi or in a subway, and, like, they were like, you shouldn't be ashamed to wear makeup. We're women and hear us roar. And I was just laughing and like, is that really the pressing issue? Really? Revlon or whatever I forget what company it is. But let me know in the comments if you want to see it. I could respond to it. It's kind of old, but I think it's still kind of funny. And again, it's not about wearing makeup. If you want to wear makeup, do you, boo. That's your art. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you not what to do. I'm saying I love when companies have been trying to capitalize on, like, faux social justice warrior outrage, and that's what this video was doing. It's not about what, like, put on makeup, wear all the fucking makeup you want, I don't care, do what you want. So, you know what's interesting though, and this happens all the time though, it sucks because people sometimes look at the title of your videos, they watch 30 seconds of it, and they form their opinion. So I've been having this happen a lot in my videos lately. Like I did one recently about Peter Mon where I'm calling out his own social justice warrior hypocrisy about using the word thug. The TH word, maybe I should call it. And people are like, Joy, you've really changed. How could you go on the side of the liberal SJWs and thug isn't a bad word? And I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, guys, I'm not saying I agree with the sentiment. I'm using his tactics against him to call him out on his shitty behavior. That's it. Anyways, just a side note that people don't, like, they form their opinions before they get the information. But you know what? We all do that sometimes. I'm not bitching. It happens. I just have seen it happen more and more as I'm on YouTube. On the flip side, my videos can be 30 minutes long, so I can't let people. This is what I do sometimes. I just sit and argue back and forth with myself about things and then try to make an opinion. Maybe call it critical thinking or mental illness. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please hit the notification bell and the subscribe button, and you probably still won't see the videos because thank you, YouTube, if you don't. Typically, I upload on the weekdays at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock p.m. Central every day. If I don't, something's happened or I'm sick. So I've been trying to keep up a steady schedule with that. And yeah, please leave a comment. Every comment helps me in the algorithm. The first couple hours I try to answer all the comments, so it's a way for me to connect with you guys, and it helps the channel. So yay, good on both. Okay guys, continue to be blessing yourselves and a blessing to others. Continue to try to find the joy and the sparkles and all the bullshit in the world. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Take care. Blessings. Mwah. Goodbye. You alright?